Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video we will be comparing the 22 mag to the 380. Now there are some really nice snub-nosed revolvers such as the Smith & Wesson 351 PD Airlight and the Ruger LCR that have hit the market in the past few years, and they are chambered in the 22 mag. And those new firearms have a lot of people saying that the 22 mag is just as powerful as a 380 or even a 9mm. In fact, I recently watched a video in which the host said, and I quote, "The velocity and the ballistics actually match the 9mm, end quote. And I believe that he meant well. And I really enjoyed the rest of his video, other than that one statement. But those kinds of statements have been made by many people now. And I think we should start by seeing if the 22 mag is even on par with the punching power of a 380 before we put it into the same class as a 9mm. Now in today's video, it's important to realize that the test gun for the 22 mag will be a Kel-Tec PMR 30, which has a 4.3 inch barrel, and the test gun for the 380 will be a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, which has a 2.75 inch barrel. That is a 56% longer barrel length for the 22 mag. As you might know, longer barrel length helps greatly with increasing a bullet's velocity and therefore its punching power. So it's not quite a fair fight, slight advantage 22 mag, so you got that out of the way in the interest of full disclosure. Now also, many times, myself included, people fall into the notion that if bullet A somehow has more foot-pounds of energy than bullet B, then bullet A must be just as effective, if not more so, than bullet B. So in today's video, we will explore that other numbers are also important to look at besides just the energy numbers. We're going to take a look at the idea that bullet weight and size actually should be considered as well. Also, any speed numbers that I quote to you in this video have been personally chronographed by yours truly, and therefore the corresponding energy numbers are rather precise and not just some rough estimate. Now keep in mind that I really do like the 22 mag, and in fact I'll probably end up owning one of these revolvers sooner or later. But I do think it's important that I go into this, and hopefully you think it's important that you go into that purchase with your eyes wide open as to the true capabilities of the 22 mag when fired from that revolver. Because the way I figure it, when your life is on the line in the middle of the night, that's probably the wrong time to find out if the 22 mag truly is or is not on par with a 9mm. So if you like today's video, please remember to click the like button, do subscribe, and turn on the notifications bell if you haven't already done so. And as always, we're looking forward to your comments. Thank you again. Okay, what you're looking at here is a really up-close view of the Hornady critical defense ammo that we will compare first today. On the left is the 22 mag. It's a 45 grain bullet compared to the bullet on the right, 90 grain bullet for the 380. As we zoom out a little bit, we will then show you what we're going to shoot after that. That's going to be a 50 grain bullet, 22 mag on the far left. We're going to compare that against a 95 grain ball ammo 380 by Federal. When we zoom out a little bit, we should be able to get the data for you here. The speed on average for that Hornady Critical Defense 22 mag, 1,300 feet per second on a 5-shot average that I chronographed. That's about 169 foot-pounds of energy compared to only 152 foot-pounds of energy for the 380. That's about 11% more foot-pounds. Then when we compare the bullet on the far left, the 50 grain 22 mag, 1,282 feet per second compared to only 824 feet per second on the 380. You've got 182 foot-pounds of energy going up against 143 foot-pounds of energy. That's an increase of 27% more foot-pounds in favor of the 22 mag. Getting ready to shoot 22 Magnum Hornady Critical Defense 45 grain bullet FTX through a Kel-Tec PMR 30, distance about 6 or 7 yards. Getting ready to shoot the steel spinner target with the Bodyguard 380 using the Hornady Critical Defense 90 grain FTX bullet. Getting ready to shoot 22 mag, Federal Game Shock, 50 grain hollow point, distance 6 or 7 yards through the Kel-Tec PMR 30. Getting ready to shoot the steel spinner target with the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380, distance about 15 to 20 feet away, using the Federal 95 grain ball ammo. Getting ready to shoot the Kel-Tec PMR 30 using the MaxiMag Plus V 30 grain hollow point. Alright, walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit with the 30 grain HP Plus V hollow point by CCI. Blew a decent exit hole out the back, hit it a little high on the front water jug. Here's water jug number 2, real clean entry hole. Exit hole out the back. Entry hole into the third water jug. Looks like the third water jug did hold it. Should be able to find that in there and pour that out for you in a moment here. There it is. This is the recovered 30 grain 22 mag HP Plus V. Looks like it had pretty good bullet retention. Can always weigh that on the scale when I get home and find out how much of that 30 grains is actually left. Getting ready to shoot the CCI MaxiMag 40 grain hollow point 22 mag. Alright, walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit with the 40 grain hollow point CCI MaxiMag. It's the exit hole on the first water jug. Let's see where it got hit. Got hit again a little bit high. It certainly lifted it right off of the crates though. A little bit high on the exit, on the entry hole right there to the water jug number 2. Water jug number 2 still has a pretty good blowout on the back of it, which is different than how the 30 grain perform. Here's your entry hole to water jug number 3. Just not much of a blowout on the back there. Water jug number 4, you can see where it went in. See where it went out of water jug number 4. Water jug number 5.
Don't know if it got in there or not. So that, yeah, there it is. The bullet's on the ground. It's sitting right here on the ground. So it went through basically 4 water jugs. It didn't quite get into water jug number 5. Here's the 40 grain. Not too much expansion from what I can tell. Getting ready to shoot the Hornady Critical Defense 45 grain 22 mag. Alright, walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit with the 45 grain Hornady Critical Defense. It looks like a lot of energy got dumped into this water jug right away. This is easily the most damage that I've seen on water jug number 1 out of any of the rounds tested today so far. I'm not entirely sure yet where this water jug was struck. I'm still looking for the entrance hole. It was obviously hit somewhere though. That might be the exit hole right there. There it is. I believe that was the entry hole right there. Hit it dead center. So it basically blew out the right side, blew out the left or back side, and then right into the second water jug. Right out the back of the second water jug, into the third water jug. Did not exit water jug number 3. So we can have a look down in there. Looks like we're maybe just gonna yeah, it's definitely in there. We'll pour this out in a moment for you. Hollow point should be in there. There it is. Okay, so here is the hollow point. You can see the expansion on that. It's easily the best expansion that we've had today. Bear with me a moment here. We'll try to find this little red cap that came with it. Okay, so this is what's left of the bullet. This was probably the little red rubber plunger that came with it. And there's your hollow point expanded pretty good right there. We'll be shooting these water jugs with a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380 using the Hornady Critical Defense. It will be a 90 grain FTX bullet. Alright, so we're walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit with a 380 auto 90 grain Hornady Critical Defense. So you can see the entry hole right there, pretty much hit it dead center. Some pretty good expansion right out the front, some more expansion right out the back. I'm not quite sure where the exit hole was on the back though. Looks like the exit hole was probably right about there. Entry hole to water jug number 2 right there. Exit hole to water jug number 2 right there. And it looks like in water jug number 3, you can see that bullet sitting in there in the bottom. Looks like it has expanded. Here's your entry to water jug number 3. Did it put any type of indentation at the back of water jug number 3? It doesn't look like it did. Let's see if we can find that down in there. Yeah, it's definitely sitting in there. We'll pour that out in a moment here. Okay, so your 380 FTX bullet by Hornady. You can see how it starts off. You can see how it finishes after expansion. Here's your little red plunger that is sitting on top of there. Just flip this over. Get a couple different views of it. Getting ready to shoot these water jugs with a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380 using the 80 grain bullet by Barnes. This is their TAC XPD bullet. Okay, any questions, any comments? Anybody care for a mint? So this is the first water jug that was hit with the Barnes TAC XPD. It got hit right about there. I don't know what else I can really add to this. This kind of performance pretty much says it all. That's water jug number 2. Exit on water jug number 2. Water jug number 3 was pretty much unfazed though. The bullet started to go sideways. It hit water jug number 4, I guess we could call it, which is really the third water jug that it came into contact with. And I believe it's at the bottom of water jug number 4. Yep, it's in there somewhere. We'll pour that out for you. All right, on your far right is going to be the Barnes TAC XPD right there. Here it is opened up. Here's your Hornady critical defense. Here's your critical defense opened up. Any questions there? Getting ready to shoot these water jugs with a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. The ammunition will be the Remington Ultimate Defense Combat Handgun 380 Auto 102 grain Golden Saber bullet. That is a mouthful. Here we go. Okay, walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit with that 102 grain bullet by Remington. So the first water jug got hit pretty much dead center. Massive blowout on the front side. Back side of the first water jug, a little bit of a blowout. You can see the exit hole on that first water jug. Entry hole, water jug number 2. Here's something that's also interesting. We had a blowout on the second water jug as well. Water jug number 3, entry hole there. Looks like it did not go out of water jug number 3. Should be down in there somewhere. Yeah, it's in there. We'll pour that out in a moment here. All right, so we've now recovered that 102 grain bullet. It is right here in the middle. That's what it starts off like. That's how she finishes. You can see it right there next to that 80 grain Barnes TAC. You can also see it next to the 90 grain Hornady FTX bullet. So here's your FTX from a little bit different angle. Here's your Golden Saber bullet right there. Here's your TAC by Barnes flipped upside down. So it looks like if you're trying to split the difference between just massive expansion, which the Barnes is going to give you, it may be minimal expansion, but deeper penetration. If you're trying to split that difference, it looks like maybe your Golden Saber bullet, 102 grain. Not a bad way to go at all. But either way, these are probably all highly effective rounds.
All right, so on the left, you can see the FTX 22 mag as it is now expanded compared to the 380 Auto FTX as it is now expanded. Alright, so a pretty good overhead angle here. On your far left, you have the CCI Maxi Mag Plus V 30 grain hollow point. Sorry guys, but I managed to misplace the slug before I could get it in here for the video. Next to that, though, you have the 40 grain bullet, which is a CCI Maxi Mag 40 grain. Next to that, you have the 45 grain critical defense so that you can see how it opened up. Next to that, another critical defense, this time in 380, that's their 90 grain bullet. Next up, you have the Remington Ultimate Defense Compact Handgun right here, 102 grain bullet. And on the far right, you've got the Barnes TAC XPD 80 grain bullet.